These young friends represent the diversity of Singapore today. Different cultures, different backgrounds, different faiths. But they are brought together by one thing: a deep concern over the rise of Islamophobia in some countries.
I was at a group project meeting and we started to discuss about religion, and my friends actually shared with me that they thought all Muslims advocated violence and bearing arms, and I was totally appalled at this. Not all Muslims believe in this, and it's definitely a stereotype and a generalization that we need to dispel.
So if you ask me, why Islamophobia exists at this point of time, I think for me I believe is because you always see it on TV. Every time there's a bombing, like for example in Brussels and everything like that, there is always a Muslim involved. After a while you keep hearing these kind of messages and hear 10 times, 100 times and start to believe that Muslims are dangerous. So I think it's very sad.
Personally, I have not felt any change with regard to how my peers treat me because I'm a Muslim. But recently I have been faced with questions like, does your religion really promote violence and stuff? But the thing is, I do appreciate when my friends come to me and ask such questions because they're genuinely interested to know what my religion is all about.
Well, this group of young people is hoping to make a difference. Love, peace, harmony and kindness between faiths. That's the message which Roses of Peace has been spreading since 2012.
A group of our friends came together and we decided to give out roses, to symbolize peace and harmony. And the rose comes with a postcard attached. For example, this side is the Buddha and the other side is Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And over the years, it has grown as a garden initiative. So this is for you.
Thank you very much.
We sat down with the organizing team to discuss the need for grassroots interfaith efforts like theirs today.
Nice of you. Thank you so much. I personally chose to take part in Roses of Peace event because I have many Muslim friends, and given the recent rise in terrorist activities, I definitely felt for them and I didn't want any one of them to feel discriminated against.
I am both Chinese and I am Muslim. I see both sides and I see right now at this point of time, people are afraid on both sides. On the Chinese are not really understanding, Muslims' point of view, and the Muslims are afraid of being persecuted. Try to bridge the gap between both, Muslims and non-Muslims.
For who are strangers who look at me as it's a first impression of wearing a long dress and a hijab, they will just step back for a while. Then after they get to know me, then they will try to understand why I'm as a person.
Right. A lot of non-Muslims have told me that they don't really have opportunities to interact or to mingle or to get their questions answered. I think if we can provide a platform, if we can come with ideas or initiatives as youth and change makers, I think that can be really useful.
We tend to avoid the whole topic about religion, but I think that we should talk about it, and so that if we have any question, just go ahead and ask your Muslim friends. And as a person who has two best friends who are Muslims, I think I do that, and then I understand their religion more.
I do have conversation with my non-Muslim friends about religion and extremism. Like for example, I have this close friend who was studying with me in year 1. So we usually talk about religion, and we actually found that it's really relating to one another. How it teaches peace, harmony, then how do you have to be nice to one another and everything. That's how we bond as well. So she knows me as a person, and she doesn't really judge me of what I wear and everything.
These youths feel that being an ambassador is everyone's responsibility.
I agree that everyone has a role to play in really showing our solidarity amongst all religions. Like in Australia, after their terror attacks, what was actually trending on Twitter was the phrase, "I'll ride with you." So this was their support for the Muslims. Similarly, in Singapore, we too need to spread this message and show our solidarity.
We usually learn about all these terror attacks through social media, and usually it's about people's opinions, and we see it as a news. Do not immediately accept everything you read on social media.
Whatever acts that happens all over the world, I think we have to also take a step back and see the situation as a whole and not just zoom in on one particular community or an identity and harp on it.
A lot of people like to think that this is a Muslim versus non-Muslim issue, But actually the problem is really, humanity against, extremism.